What is going on, everyone? It's your boy 300. We are back with another video. This is not actually going to be at all a review of UFC 5 on UFC 5's entirety and the whole game itself, but I'm going to address something that I've seen and heard the UFC community talk about for the last couple of years, because I was one of them who spent hours on UFC 3, even the previous UFC. I love the fast pace, even though it was like a little bit simulation, but we got to understand these are games at the end of the day. And when you put too much simulation, and I don't mind the simulation, it's what's utilized and put as an excuse for a form of simulation. For example, you'll make the heavier characters just move clunky and laggy looking rather than making it feel like they have weight to them. I think a lot of like war games and shooters do well at that, where if you pack too much on your character, you run slow. Or like RPG games, when you pack too much in your bag, you run slow and you need to like make space. But with these sports games, I think it's extremely like important to note, like when you do simulation and you want heavy characters to play like they're heavy, it make sense. It sometimes don't make as much sense. They feel like you're forcing the clunkiness, and when you add that with not so good animations, it can really break the immersion of anyone playing a fighting game. Let's talk about it. So UFC 5, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I love the alter egos. I love the campaign so far. Online playing with people are great. I'm gonna let you guys know right now, remove me and excuse me from giving any kind of critique on the ground game. I do not qualify to talk about ground game, as I am the worst ground fighter, ground and pound and submission fighter out here in the gaming platforms. Okay, I'm letting that be very clear. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like that. I will say it is a bit confusing for me. I didn't spend too much time on UFC 4. I wasn't a fan of the gameplay, but the ground game on here just confuses me too much. I need to spend more time on it. Then maybe later on I'll give an update video on it and the whole review on UFC. But let's talk about some of the animations and the clunkiness. You gotta fix up the uppercuts. Uppercuts don't feel like uppercuts in this game. They don't even look like uppercuts. They look more so like when you're recording their promo and they're going like this, like in the B-roll footage of any UFC fighter or boxing fighter, like, doing a promo. The uppercuts don't come off like a real uppercut. Like, nobody's really uppercutting in this game. So like when you knock somebody out, and the slow motion might look cool, but when you're playing in real time, the animation of an uppercut, it's like it's, man, throw an uppercut. Get somebody, mocap somebody throwing an actual uppercut to like a dummy or something. It feels like they're not extending their arms on the uppercut. And my arm looks sexy, man. It look like they're not extending their arms on the uppercut. It's kind of annoying. Also the spinning backhands and the spinning elbows, it seems like it gives no reach. I don't remember this happening years ago with UFC. Uppercuts were uppercuts. And even the backhands felt like backhands. It's just very clunky, very slow. And I feel like you have a whole stamina bar, but you're not allowing us to piece certain combos to make it fast. And why I brought up the heavier fighters is because I feel like it's an excuse when you're putting a heavier fighter in the game and you have them do uppercuts, and everyone in any weight division, their uppercuts look bad. But even in the heavier weight division, it's even harder to seem like you can piece combos because you're just really throwing jabs and punches. But when you throw punches to the body, why does it feel like a whole separate mechanic removed from the game? Nothing, it's not flowing. Like when you're throwing body punches, I want to be able to like to the face. If I'm depleting in stamina, I'm depleting my stamina. But it feels like it stops you. And that's what people have been complaining about. You can sit here and say, hey, that would never happen with me. But I'm honestly saying that, along with all the other controls, remember, it feels like you're limited with the way you throw your hooks and your uppercuts to the body. And I don't even like uppercut animations in this game to begin with like that. So it doesn't look as good. Also, some of the other range of movements, some of the kicks, they don't look like kicks people would take. You know what I mean? I love what I'm playing so far, not because I got the game early. I'm excited to see all the gruesome, the bloods, the replays, the replay style that they did in this game, this new one. Would I have liked to pause the game and go into my own photo mode? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? Especially if you're making thumbnails. But I would love to see some fixes on the animations, man. I need them to look like jarring, like jaw breaking, like throw a punch and it looks jaw breaking. The kicks look fine to me. Some kicks can be worked on, but them uppercuts is killing me. The uppercuts aren't like really like hitting for me. They look fake. The hook shots, the hook punches, you know, left hook, right hooks. That's what's kind of breaking my immersion. And I feel like for heavier fighters, not all heavyweights fight like that, man. There's some fast heavyweights. It's like putting weight on a character and like forcing it, and the speed don't seem natural. It just doesn't seem natural. Then you go to welterweight and everybody's skedaddling. It's like, it's just not making any sense. I would love for those fixes to be addressed early, because this game is more promising than the previous one, especially with the story mode too. So please, man, yeah, if y'all can fix that part, like the uppercuts, they need to extend on their arm, bro. God damn. But they're not extending their arm, bro. It's like, you know, like they're not. So if you made it this far into the video, I just want to show you guys some of the gameplay, right, of UFC 2, just to show you. UFC 2 came out 2016. Nearly what, like 7 years, 8 years later, 7 years, I guess. You know, I'm not sure. Now, look at the movement. Obviously, they're not moving sluggish. They're not moving sluggish. Something that my boy Trey told me, whenever EA's graphics get better and better, the gameplay tends to get worse. And not worse to a degree that it's completely bad, the game, but look at the differences. This game still looks good for coming out in 2016. Let's not act like this game still don't look good. This game looks really good. EA's been killing it with graphics for years. But you're gonna tell me that you guys don't notice the uppercuts in this game? Look at the uppercuts in this game. Look at the fluidness of throwing a punch from the body over here. Now, don't get me wrong, that calls for people to spam, right? But obviously you have a new stamina system and everything. But why can't we get the animations to uppercuts like this? All right, now I'm gonna show you guys in practice mode what I'm talking about. Look how uppercuts, like, look how they move. They don't look as effective. We're playing practice, by the way. But even throwing punches, I feel like you can't throw punches. Like, why is it taking him long to piece uppercuts? Why isn't there any fluidity? Like, what's going on? That's the problem I had with the previous game. Like, they're not extending their arm the way that you would want to see them do it. I shouldn't have to download gameplay to show you guys how an uppercut looked in their older games. I would love for you guys to just add that back. It's okay. We won't judge you. We want that. With the blood and stuff. We want that. You know what I'm saying? Also, don't make it that difficult to create the bruise marks. You know, that's just me complaining. But yeah, that's overall gameplay wise. That's what, look, if anybody else got anything that y'all want to critique on, please comment below. But please address these issues, because the game is about to be to the masses. It's about to release to everyone making bugs. Also, number one, camera angle. When you're on the ground and you're getting back up, EA, your camera keeps changing the whole screen. I done lost some online fights behind that. I'm not gonna lie, I lost some career mode fights. I had to restart the match because I didn't want it to look bad for a video. Some of those things need to be fixed. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's your boy 3MG, and I'm out of here, man. Come on now. Yo, listen, follow me on the Twitch. We got some codes to give away. But I love y'all, man. God bless.